Good morning from the Chequamegon Nicolet National Forest. Give you a reference of where I am. Clam Lake is less than a mile that way, with some amenities, including a gas station that has a good supply of groceries. Go that way 20 miles. 20 miles? Yep, about 20 miles. You're in Mellen, which is where Copper Falls State Park is. Also, if you go like maybe 2 miles that way, there's Twin Lakes Campground, which is a very nice small campground. And if you get the chance, check that out, especially if you're coming for first come, first serve. If it's available during the week, grab it. I got a great site there last night, but I am here to look at Lake Recreation Area and its big campground. And we're going to check that out today. So why would you come to Lake? Well, it's got a ton of campsites, and it's also on an ATV trail, and across the street is a whole bunch of other hiking trails, and there's all sorts of activities to do right here in this very area. Now, I'm looking at the board here. We are $18 a night here at the self-serve station. Some are reservable, some are not. At the reservable, you can reserve them on recreation.gov ahead of time, and that's my focus for being here. I am going to walk through specifically the reservable sites and really show you those so you know what you're booking. The other ones, you show up, you decide if you like them, and you just take them. And you pay your $18 here. But like I noted, up at Twin Lakes Campground up there, which is it's only like 10 sites. Some are reservable, some aren't. They're only $15 a night. That's the difference. So let's go take a look at this great big campground, and I still haven't seen a map yet. Well, there's the all you can do here. Yes, we have the ATV trail, we have hiking trails, mountain bike trails, 640-acre lake with musky, bass, panfish in abundance, and elk and loons in the area. All right, our first loop is 1 through 10. It's a little bit of a drive in, so it's sort of isolated. Morning. All right, site 1, nice flat site, great tent site. Fairly long, you can get a camper in here too. Pit toilet in the center of the loop. Looks like site 2 is a reservable site. Yeah, site 1 was first come, first serve. Site 2, reservable. That's a very wide site. You can do a lot with that one. Pretty flat. Site 3, first come, first serve. Not the flattest, but still make a great tent site. There's some good spots for a tent. Site 4, reservable. No reservations on the thing right now. Not a very big one. This is fairly short. This is a great tent site in the woods. Site 5, reservable. No, this one's big. Now, the fire pit is over on the right, so if you're RVing, you're going to be limited with how that works. And it kind of comes back here and then bumps up into a sandy section. Great section for tents up here, nice and soft. Back down that trail is the pump for water. Site 6 over here is first come, first serve. Site 7 is reservable across from a pair of pit toilets in the middle. Let's take a good look at this one. Nice and long, great RV site. You got plenty of length over here, and you've got a big sandy area on this side and a path wandering down towards the lake. And we'll take advantage of our time here with nobody here and see what that's like. Now there's a trail system running along the lake, but this particular site straight back out actually has a pier. That's kind of shocking. Little sandy beach down there. Very nice little sandy beach. And a little dock. I don't see any more of those. So to recap, Site 7, if you can do it, grab it. It's a great site. Site 8. See how we're doing there? Not as big. Still a very large site. It's not as big as that last one. And the trail's going off the back too. You can probably get to that same pier from here. Site 9, reservable. This one's quite long. Grassy area here for a tent instead of a sandy area. And a big sandy area over through here. And between 9 and 10 is access to the trail, which you can also get off of the back of those sites. You can catch that trail. And Site 10 is first come, first serve. Nice site. It's actually got quite a bit of length next to that tree. A little snug, but you can still get an RV in here. You just don't have room for truck, camper, and everything else with it. Alright, the next loop, 11 through 17, the Heron Circle. It's closed. I'm going to walk it anyway because it may be closed now, but maybe another year it won't be closed. So since it's closed, none of these are marked as reservable. This is Site 11. Nice tenting site. Maybe in the future, some of these will be reservable. So I'm going to give you the quick, brief analysis of each one. 12, another medium site. Actually pretty small. Yeah, that's a tent site. Great tent site though. Let's go up to 13 here. This one's a little larger. That's not a bad site. It's a little bumpy though. All right, Site 14. Well, that's nothing much of. Oh, I see the. Well, there's a deer back there right now. There she goes. Did you see them? All right, tents around the corner. The table and fire ring around the corner. Nice little site. Somewhere down that trail is a well. And a 15 up here. All right, Site 15. Nice little site. Now, none of these are on the water, and I'm not quite sure why every site here would be $18 a night. Put toilets on the inside, considering it was less across the way for waterfront sites. 16 over here. This one does not look like it would ever be a reservable site. The posts are shorter. This one's a little rough, but who knows, if they reopen it, maybe they'll smooth it out. And the last one, 17, another nice little tent site over here. It would not be a reservable. All right, let's see if these are open. The Paper Birch Circle and the Red Pine Circle, two different loops, I guess. 18 through 39 all together. Head down there and see what we can find. We got two loops coming off of this stretch here. We got the Paper Birch Circle, sites 18 to 28. We're going to do that first. All right, 18 here. Long stretch starting in. Move the table over. You got plenty of room for an RV if you want. Fire ring, nice wide space once you get back in here. 18 is right next to the trail. And we'll go down and check out 19, which has somebody in it. It looks super long. So I'm just going to try to show it from here. RV from there, truck, room for another up front. And it is a really, really wide space back in there. 19. And is that paved? It's paved all the way through. Yeah, it's a paved site. All right, site 20 here, distinctive by its trees. Not super long, long enough. Plenty of wide, plenty of room between the trees. Let's go out back and see what the water access is like here. Huh. Well, parts of this trail are paved-ish. And I'll come down here. Where another trail goes by. And, well, I'm not sure if this is much of access of anything. Got a little pier and some swampy water. And no way to bring in a boat from out there. I do see another dock just around the corner, though. All right. I got a paved trail coming through here, and this is all paved roadway. 21, first come, first serve. Really a very large site over on the water side there. All right, 22, reservable. Pretty big site. Yeah, this is a very nice big site here. Plenty of room for almost anything in here. We've got an accessible bathroom. I think that's kind of what all of this is leaning towards, is this loop has some accessibility options. We're going to head down this trail. It says to beach and fishing pier. In this paved path, we're going to follow that. It says to the fishing pier, so we'll see what that does. I think that was probably that other pier I was looking at. Alright, that's the path coming down from the other side. Joining us down here, this is all paved, so it's not going to be a muddy path. Unless they let all of this pine needle eventually decay on it. But this should be taking us down to the pier. This is a little rough on the accessibility side. There's another little pier over there. And the one I looked at before was just around the corner, kind of tucked into the weeds over there. And the swim beach is over there. We'll go check that out. All right. Here's our beach area for this campground. Big grass area. The trail goes along past here. Mostly grass, and a nice sandy entrance to the beach, but not much of it. Quiet lake though. Okay, the beach is nowhere near any site. It's on the trail. Water, the well down there, is not near anything either. So getting water here is not easy. Bring your own water, plan for that. Otherwise, you got to hike down to get water. Can't drive to it. All right, let's take a look at 23, reserve. Like I said, accessible bathroom. It's not paved here though, but across a very paved site with, what is going on here? I'm paved over here, and I'm paved over here. Not paved in the middle. And that is actually also the trail going off. This would not be easy to swing over here, easier to get to there for backing in equipment. But a very big site. 24, first come, first serve. I would also call this an accessible site. It's paved all the way in. It's smaller than the last one. But you can definitely back a trailer in here. You have plenty of room to set up your kitchen and tents and whatever over there. All right, site 25, reservable. That's back quite a bit. That's a fairly long site. It's actually a really nice long site and a big wide space off to the side. 26, first come, first serve. Pretty big and long site. Now, for some reason, I feel like I'm hearing a lot of road noise. I'm sure you wouldn't hear anything at night though. All right, 27, reservable. It looks massive. You got the truck camper dropped there. We've got another trailer on the other side. Behind that is another 10 by 10 screen house. It's kind of like a green space in the middle. So you got paved and green space in the middle going back, and the fire ring's behind the table. And 28 is first come, first serve. Big enough for that fifth wheel. That's about it. All right, that's this loop, which I would say is a lot of it is an accessible loop. That's what this purpose of this loop is. Let's see if the next one's is accessible. I'm going to shed a layer and move on. All right, now time for the Red Pine Circle, the next 10 sites, 29 through 39. Let's check it out. Now, so far, all of these have had camping on the outside of the circle and bathrooms on the middle. No sites in the middle. Starting with 29, reservable. Very big slope up. You can level off if you put a trailer back in here. You'd be able to level that. But overall, it kind of slopes uphill. Good spot for a tent over there. Site 30, reservable. Bit of an upward slope on the whole thing. A little bit of a flat spot in the back, but not very big flat spot. And pretty wide once you get up there. It is a very long site. Oh, and some more motorcycles coming through. There's quite a few motorcycles who are camping in the area that have taken some other trails through Wisconsin. Site 31, first come, first serve. Great tent site. It's kind of flipped for RVs because the tent and the fire ring are over, the picnic table and the fire ring are to the right. Very nice grassy site. It would make a great tent site. Right next to it, 32, reservable. Too bad you can't reserve those nice grassy sites. All right, this one, very big, goes way back, and I would say this is a great tent site. Now, it seems to be paved, gravelled over there, grass in the middle. Huge space. You could set up base camp here for like 20 people here. Or this is a base camp for ATV trails. All right, site 33. We seem to go back quite a ways. I have to bring you all the way back in on this one. It's a very deep site, but not a straight shot back for RVs, but a lot of room once you get back in here. Very wide space. Trail down to the well, and that's about 20 yards in. And then site 34 over here. Reservable. Got a fairly long run here. It's actually pretty long from end to end, but in here it doesn't seem that deep. And then it widens off to the side, but not one of the biggest, but still a fairly large site and flat. Site 35 is the camp host with a massive site. And firewood available, $5 an arm load. That's an undetermined amount. Bring the big kid. Site 36, reservable. Very long. Very, 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 very long. Slight upward slope to start, but then it levels off quite nicely. Let's see if this has access to the water behind it. This one comes currently with a firewood bundle. It's like less than an arm load. There's a trail that probably takes you down to the trail back there. Let's just say on that site, I could drive in, turn around, and pull out. It's that big. All right, site 37. Reservable. This one actually has sunshine. You could get solar into this one where that tent is, and it goes a little bit beyond that too. Yeah, solar option available on that one, and maybe even Starlink. 38, another one with some sky. This one definitely gets some sky in there. Very long site. I mean, you can fit a whole RV between me and that car right now. 39, first come, first serve. Obviously doesn't look as loved, but it wouldn't be a bad site. Plenty of deadwood around here to start a fire with. Now that I've completed that loop, definitely of these two loops, the other one is an accessible loop, this one is not. All right, let's see if you can see that. Blueberry Circle, 40 through 45, not many sites. It is currently closed, but I'm going to walk it anyway. And this loop does not look like it has been open in a while. It's starting to get overgrown. Very grassy roadway. So I don't think anybody's driven in here much for a couple of years. So maybe it won't open soon. There's 40. I'll tell you, these would be great tent sites right now, or group sites. You should be renting this out as a group site. 41 wouldn't be reservable. Who knows, maybe these have been here long enough and unused that it was before the reservation system went into place. Terrible site. 41, terrible site. Big slopey. Terrible. Looks like we got a ways to go around before we get to the next site. 42 actually would be a very nice long site if it was available. 43, nice small tent site. Not available. Just to be clear, I'm here at the end of the season in 2023 right now. That's site 44 over here. That's rough. There's only one more site. I don't know what the future of this loop will hold, but probably unless the other loops start to fill up more, they won't be reopening these. 45 over here, very long, big site. I think one of the issues here is this site is buggy. All right, last loop. Musky Bay Circle, sites 46 through 52. Check it out. All right, 46, reservable, slight upward slope. Not one of the biggest sites, but not tiny either. It's not just a tent site. Site 47, first come, first serve. I would call this a great tent site. Very grassy, very soft back there. Looks like a great place to put a tent. All right, 48, reservable. Not a huge site, sort of medium size, good for pop-up, teardrop, something like that. Or tenting. 49, reservable. Ah, this is a nice pine one. Some good hammock trees back here. This one goes back forever if you get around the corner. Great site. Plenty of room for tents, hammocks, whatever you want in here. Site 50, reservable. Well, that goes back quite a ways. You can go straight back, or you can kind of hook it over to where the table is if you need to bring something big in here. Lots of room in here. 51, first come, first serve. Medium site. You decide if it works for you. And site 52, first come, first serve. Fairly small site. Now a reminder, just because it says it's reservable, just because there's a sign with a reservation and a date on it, does not mean you can't grab it. Those signs with the dates, those are the dates the next person has. If those are not the dates you are here for, you can probably grab that site. So all of these sites can become first serve, first come, first serve sites. Apparently this campground is very popular with fishermen. Opening weekend, it is packed, I guess. The rest of the season, it's a hidden gem. Obviously, there's room for more people to come here, and if more people are coming here, they'll open up those other wings. There's a whole nother campground north of here that is just sitting empty because this area isn't being utilized as much as it could be. Maybe everybody decides, oh, if I'm this close, I might as well go to Copper Falls State Park. Well, that fills up. If you're complaining that Copper Falls is always full, check out some of these wonderful gems down here. So thanks for coming on this little trip of Day Lake Campground in the Chequamegon Nicolet National Forest just outside of Clam Lake with cell service. So you can stream movies here if you want to at night. Or even if you're sitting out there fishing, you can do that too. So thanks for coming along. I hope you got something out of it. Check out my entire playlist of all the Chequamegon Nicolet National Forest campgrounds here. And I've also got a playlist of all the Wisconsin State Park and State Forest campgrounds over here. I'll see you in the next one. Get on out there and watch out for elk.